Hi, this is Robert from Part Fusion. Most of us are familiar with this science experiment where you take a lemon and you stick a zinc electrode, in this case a zinc screw, and then a copper electrode into a lemon, and you make a lemon battery. People have used potatoes and other things. So if we connect this up to a multimeter, we see we get a voltage of about 0.9 to 1 volts for each lemon. And what you can do is you can put multiple lemons together to make a kind of a zinc battery. So this becomes like just one lemon cell. So last week was St. Patrick's Day, and as part of the TOG Hackerspace we attended a science themed family day on Monday, and I was showing this basic experiment, but I wanted to give it a bit of a twist for St. Patrick's Day. So what I had done is I'd gotten some of a quite familiar Irish stout, the Guinness, and I was using that as part of my experiment. So what I'd done is I'd got some shot glasses, and I'd pour some lemon juice into each of the shot glasses. Because it's one lemon only gives me about 1 volt, you need a couple more if you want to light up an LED. And then I only made these yesterday, but I had made up kind of pairs of plates to connect the copper electrode and the zinc electrode together. So if I take these electrodes and place one end into each of the cups, and then so it's copper, zinc, copper, zinc. So I'm going to put the zinc one in here and the copper one in here, and if I connect them back up to my multimeter, I see that the voltage is closer to 3 volts. And then if I get an LED and I connect that up to my battery, make sure the colors are correct. You can see that the LED is starting to light up. And as part of the experiment, I was able to show by sticking the electrode into the different containers, I would get a different light level, and I could put them together to get a much brighter circuit. And it was really interesting to the kids, but to make it a bit more fun for myself was the reason for trying the Guinness. So I'll try that now. Get some more cups. So now we see if I'm able to open this can of Guinness without and pour the perfect pint, as it's known, in a small shot glass. $45. So just like a normal pint, you only half fill the glass, then you need to let it to settle for a few minutes, and then you top it up. So if I get my electrodes out, and place them in again as copper, zinc, copper, zinc. And then take my original electrodes out of the lemon juice. Just clean them off a little. we can see that the LED is lighting up. It's not as bright. I think that's just because the current is dependent on the surface area of your electrodes, and there's only a small amount of the electrode that's in the liquid. So it should get a little bit brighter as I top up each of the shot glasses. Oh. And what I'll do is actually I'll make up a couple more, not to waste the Guinness, even though that's what I'm doing. So the Guinness does seem to have a slightly different brightness level. In comparison to the lemon juice, it's probably not as acidic as the lemon juice, but you can try lemon juice. As people use potatoes, vinegar, any kind of acidic liquid seems to be enough to do this. One feature that I was suggesting to the kids is that they could try different liquids to see if they get a different effect. They can try different surface areas, they can try different metals. So it was kind of nice to do this fun experiment, inspiring the kids to do something that's relatively safe to do, though they shouldn't be playing around with alcoholic beverages. Thank you. Bye. I've continued on a little bit of experimentation because I still have some of the Guinness left. What I have now is I've 2 lines in series of LEDs to get double the current flowing through the LED. It's only showing about 0.15 milliamps. One thing I noticed, because the Guinness is carbonated, the zinc dissolves into the liquid, and then hydrogen gas is given off at the copper electrode. So because it's carbonated, I think there's also a little bit of the carbon dioxide kind of bubbles forming on carbon dioxide and hydrogen bubbles forming on the copper electrode. So if you kind of shake off the bubbles, then the current goes up. So that was a kind of an interesting observation. So getting up to 0.4 milliamps. I'm not sure if this effect is present when you use the lemons.